Welcome everyone to our Joining in Light Circle. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing us together to see what's true and look at desires that deny divinity. So we'll start with the light and ask Jesus what's most helpful for the healing of the mind.
I'm hearing be with me, be with me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was hearing pre-miracle, okay, we can have that. And also we're gonna do a deep dive into looking at the desire for autonomy.
Yay.
Yes. So again, we'll just start with the light and ask Jesus what's most helpful to see, what miracles he would have us perform in this journey, and see how much we relish autonomy.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is I want to rule my own world.
I relish this one, feeling intractable.
Mm.
Ugh. See, I want to insist that I can get a freedom through autonomy.
Mm. For some reason, which is kind of puzzling, I'm hearing the word safety. Somehow I feel like when I'm in charge or I'm autonomous, that I'm safer.
Yeah.
It's like I can manage or control everything, for happiness when I'm autonomous.
Ugh.
I'm also hearing that if I'm autonomous, I think I can pardon myself. I can um, not be so strict with myself as God is, as Jesus is.
Did you say pardon?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's some image I have of God and Jesus being like elf on the shelf.
Ah.
And if I'm autonomous, I'm running the show, so I get to decide whether I'm, what I'm following.
Feels like I want anything but to have a miracle for autonomy. uh, I really, really, really like it. I mean, I think I treasure it. I treasure autonomy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of pleasure, a lot of heaven, I believe, in autonomy. Yeah, what I'm hearing now is that the Mary character, the I, doesn't want to check in with some other being to see is this okay or is this okay? Can I do this or can I do that? I want to just, choose for myself.
It feels like wanting both, like the world and enlightenment.
Mm,
And
that's a split personality, split mind.
uh-huh. What do you hear, Mary, for holding a release?
I'm looking at the relishing right now, so it's like I'm looking at the relishing of it. So I'd have to say right now I'm holding. However, I've also experienced even that when the looking is going on, there's releasing happening. It's not something that the Mary understands.
No, what usually it will, I mean, what happens sometimes is I think it's holding. And then when I ask, it's like, no, it's actually release.
Mm.
It feels like release right now. Like autonomy is not such a good it seemed like a good idea.
What seems like a good idea?
It seemed like a good idea, autonomy. It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
But there's like a willingness to see that I could be wrong about that. It's like how we're looking at it as like we think it's heaven. And so it's just that's where I'm at with the relishing, is just kind of seeing how that's like autonomy is heaven, or we could ask what is the heaven of that? What are we getting out of that? What's the value?
I'm hearing that I'm running the show. I get to choose. That's the value I get out of autonomy. I love being all preoccupied with all the things in my separate little world.
Yeah, it feels like just so much, or not so much, but just sheer, like pure raw wanting.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it more than God. I will kill for the autonomy. Like, I do not care. I I want autonomy more
At
than
whatever
anything.
cost. Yeah.
Huh?
At all costs.
Yes, yes. Like it, like, yeah, it just feels like there's that he's bringing me back to that treasuring of it. I'll start to see it, and then I'll kind of that's the time to go deeper, is what I hear, and then I kind of I back off a little. It's like, then I back off a little bit. At least that's the idea or the thought, you know. So then what I hear is just to like come back, you know, bring the mind back and do a light check.
Jesus, can we go deeper on this desire?
Oh yes, definitely. Oh. Yeah, I'm hearing again, it's like that's what I deem natural. Autonomy is natural.
Yeah.
And that choice is natural.
Yeah.
And there's like this play, like the pleasure in saying no to God. It feels like there's a bit of holding at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I really have there's such a strong desire in the play of consciousness to want to do it my way.
What I hear is that death is amusing. Killing the light out of awareness is it's like a wanted more than anything. Because again, it's bringing me back to that freedom. It's like I really, really want freedom through autonomy.
Yeah.
Really, really, really want that.
It's almost as if autonomy brings me comfort and peace, although, and because I get to do it my way.
Yeah.
Now I have to admit, I don't have a lot of proof that that really works to make me happy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what I was seeing is like that kind of like sense of relief or dodging a bullet.
Yeah.
uh,
It's like there's no question. Of course I'm autonomous. Everybody's autonomous.
yes. Yeah, I've also heard several times power. So
Yeah. And control comes in there. When I'm autonomous, I think I'm in charge, I'm in control. And I really relish that. And I'm hearing that I have a picture of what autonomy means, like as a concept, and that that I'm placing far much more value and confidence in it than really it warrants.
It's like for the heaven of it, it's like being really careful.
What do you mean?
I think it's well, okay. Maybe this is pointing back to safety. Like it's almost like autonomy is like caring or kindness. It's like that protection, and that's where I'm like that's how I'm like making it heaven. Like nurturing, caring,
Wow.
being, yeah, it's like a but it's really what I hear is just like feeding the death wish, nurturing the death wish, basically.
Why? Well, how did you arrive at that? Or is that what?
Oh,
It
just
sounds miracle-minded, yeah.
What's that?
It just sounds so big. I mean, the death wish, wow. Well, that sounds very
Death wish?
conceptual. Yeah. That autonomy is the death wish.
It is, yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we need to get back to the relishing, yeah. The relishing of autonomy. Jesus, show us the deep relishing of autonomy, how much we really want to be separate and autonomous. So we get it. Yeah.
Are you hearing holding or release?
It seems to be lightening up some.
Yeah.
It doesn't have such a grip.
Yeah.
But he just keeps saying, stick with the relishing, stick with the relishing.
Mm-hmm. I just need to help one of the dogs. I'll be right back.
Okay. What I'm hearing with the relishing of autonomy goes choice, and how I think as an autonomous being that there's all the, I have the freedom of choice, and I think that's heaven.
Yes. I'm going to get heaven through saying no to God.
Yeah, by being separate, autonomous. Jesus, are we ready to see this differently? Are we ready? Do we want to hang on to this desire? Are we ready to see that it doesn't bring us what we think it brings us?
Yeah, it feels like there's still release.
Yeah, autonomy is idolized.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think autonomy gets me what I want. I'm much happier being autonomous. Jesus, what else would you have us see here now regarding this desire to be autonomous, to relish being autonomous? Yeah, I'm hearing it's just like the ocean I swim in. Everything is about autonomy. The way I see myself, I love it. I relish that I have choices. And I also hear I'm willing to see it differently. I want to see it differently.
Mm-hmm.
It seems almost intractable to see it differently.
Just what I was hearing is just like, look at the idea of not wanting to say no to the ego, and is that more powerful than the light? Do I still want that? Do I still want to hold on and not say no to the ego?
Yeah. When I really look, that's what I see. That's not all I see.
Yeah.
Because there is the desire to see it differently also. But there's also this sense of, am I ever going to get there?
Hmm. Well, it actually feels pretty clear though. Like there's more. We're going to be doing another round or maybe more on autonomy, but
I can see the strength of the desire, like I really love it. And yet there's also wanting to see it differently.
Yeah.
With no reason or explanation, just yes, I want to see this differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what he shows me is like how much effort it takes.
Yeah.
Seeming effort
For what? For what?
to hold on to autonomy.
Oh, I don't
to like
see that.
maintain this idea that
No, it's the opposite for me.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like pie in the sky to me.
What do
It's
you
like,
mean?
I mean, it doesn't feel like effort. It feels very natural to be autonomous. And when I come to a point where it starts to fall away, I don't see the effort. I don't see any of that. It just falls away. It's just, I'm like, wow, it's done when I accept the miracle. But I don't come to that place where I really see all the effort it takes. It just falls away. There's no explaining it. Seems more like a concept to say it takes effort. Because I'd really have to be enlightened to say that. That's what it feels like. Whereas that's not the way it occurs for me. It's just like I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't want this anymore. And when I accept the miracle, it all just falls away. So I'd like to see it differently. Jesus, help me to see this differently. Yeah, what value do I place on being autonomous? I place a lot of value on it. Let's do a light check.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And what I was hearing is like, it's my right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have a right to it. I have a right to be autonomous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see I'm still holding on to it. There's some releasing, but there's still some holding on. So our timer went off about
Oh, yeah, we're a little over.
7 or 8 minutes ago.
Sure.
Let's see when oh, here, let me turn off this alarm. Yeah, another round.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the ocean I swim in, being autonomous.
Keep looking.
May take a while to drain the pond. Or not.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Renee.